All right.
Hi, today we are at a home that we just recently sold, and during the inspection process, the potential new homeowner had the home inspected for radon, and come to find out this home has a level of 4.1 picocuries, which is over the legal acceptable limit according to EPA guidelines. So the homeowner has hired Andy from Tri-State Radon and Mold, and he is going to install a system in the home today that will bring the home down to a safe, acceptable limit. And today, Andy's going to explain to us a little bit about how that's accomplished. Andy?
Okay, thanks, Tom. What we found out is there's an elevated level of radon in the home. The idea is to put a mitigation system in the home so that we can lower the levels down to the safe limits. The EPA is the one that determines what is a safe limit or not, so the goal is to get this below 4.0 picocuries per liter of air. At that point, one of the things that we're going to do here is we're going to install what is called a Sub-Slab depressurization system. We're going to eliminate the radon, evacuate the radon out from under the slab and vent it to the exterior of the home. And we'll walk around to the corner of the home. We'll show you where we're going to bring it to the outside and then how we're going to vent it to the exterior.
Hello. Today we're at a home that we recently sold. It was our listing and we have it under contract. The buyer of the home had the home inspected, and during that process they chose to have a radon inspection performed. During that inspection, or after the inspection, it was deemed that the home had a high level of radon. A high level of radon in this area is considered to be anything over 3.9 picocuries. So if it's 4.0 or greater, it is advised by the EPA that the home be mitigated for radon treatment. So the homeowner has hired Andy from Tri-State Mold and Radon today, and he is going to install a system that will help us achieve this goal so we can move forward to a successful closing. Andy?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. We looked at the house, scoped it out, and laid out a plan of the house to determine the best system to design to lower the levels of the home. So what we're going to do is install a Sub-Slab depressurization system. This is going to evacuate the radon gas out from under the slab, and we're going to vent it then to the outside of the home. And we can go out to the corner here and show you where the best place is to vent this out to the outside. We want to try to pick the least obtrusive place on the exterior of the home so that it kind of blends in with the other parts of the home. So we're going to use the downspout and put our vent pipe alongside the downspout to help try to hide it and conceal it as best we can.
Great.
Hi, we're on the inside of the home. This is where we're going to make our evacuation point right here in this corner. Because of the construction of this home, this is the best corner to evacuate the radon out from under the slab. So we're going to core a hole through the slab down here, and then we're going to run our ventilation pipe up to the band joist going to the outside. So we were on this corner on the outside a few minutes ago, and when we get our pipe through there, then that's where we're going to put our fan, which will be on the outside of the home. So basically what we're doing is we're using that fan and the air that it draws out from under the slab to evacuate the radon and other air contaminants out from under the slab and vent it harmlessly to the outside atmosphere. Okay, we're on the outside of the home. What we're going to do is we're going to core a hole through the side of the house. And this is where our vent pipe's going to come out. We're going to install an electric fan that will help evacuate the radon out from under the concrete slab. And then we're going to vent our system all the way up to the top, and it has to go out over the gutter line. So we'll run the system straight through here, straight up over the eave of the house. And that's where it will exhaust the radon gases into the atmosphere, and it'll dissipate harmlessly at that point.
Okay, so Andy has completed the installation of the radon mediation system, and he's going to explain exactly what was done here and how it was installed.
Okay, we're on the outside of the building. This is where the system is coming through the wall from the inside, which we'll show you in just a moment. We have our electric fan that is powered through this switch, tied into the electricity in the home. The ventilation system is taking the radon gas out from under the slab before it gets a chance to get into the living area of the home, and then venting it all the way up the side of the building above the gutter line, where it now dissipates harmlessly into the atmosphere.
Okay, and Andy, what is this box with the red lever on it?
This is a mechanic switch, so if somebody were to need to change this fan out, they can turn this switch off and stop the fan, change the fan out.
Okay.
This is really the only mechanical part of the radon system here, so over time the bearings and so forth will wear out, so that's why there's mechanic switches.
Okay, great. So let's take a look inside and see what the inside looks like. Okay, so now we're in the inside of the home in the lower level, and Andy has completed the installation on the interior as well, and Andy's going to explain to us exactly what we're looking at here.
Okay, this is the inside of the radon system. This is where at the bottom we've cored a hole through the floor, and then we've dug a pit under the floor and removed about 7 or 8 gallons of material out from under the slab. So we're creating a pit, so when that fan starts drawing all of the air towards this pit, it's going to suck it right up through the exhaust pipe and then out to the outside. So this is where it's going out, the band board just the opposite side where we were a moment ago. This is a manometer, and what it is doing is measuring the airflow that is coming through the pipe. When these lines are even, then you know something's wrong with the system. There's no airflow coming through here. So either the fan has failed or something is wrong with the system. This is somebody's visual indicator that the system is working okay. So when they're down doing the laundry or whatever they're doing in their basement, they can just look at that and say, oh, my system's working, I have no worries. So we label the system indicating that this is a radon system, so that nobody should bother this. Then on the label it shows what company, Tri-State Radon, has installed the system with our licensing numbers and the date it was installed and so forth. And that's about the extent of the system. That's the complete system from where it goes in the floor all the way to where it goes in an exhaust to the outside.
And as you can see, does not take up a lot of room, so even if the basement's finished or unfinished, it sits back tucked away in the corner and doesn't take up a whole lot of room to make your home safe. Okay, so now that we know what the system looks like and how it operates and so forth, Andy has put his diagnostic equipment in the house, which is a very expensive high-tech piece of equipment here, and he's going to explain to us a little bit about what this does after the system has been installed.
Okay, this is a continuous radon monitor, and in real estate transactions it's required that it's a minimum 48-hour timing on the test. So we've set this down here after our radon install. We've let this system work for a full day, then we set the test. And now that 48 hours has elapsed, we're going to get another reading here and compare that to the first one and see if the radon mitigation system has made a difference in the radon levels in the house. So give me one moment and I'm going to print out our report. You're going to have to edit this, sorry. I started it too soon. Shouldn't have started it when we were over there. Okay, so we're going to now take a look at the new readings after the radon mitigation system has been installed. And let's see if the radon mitigation system's made a difference between what it was before and what it is now.
So what exactly does this receipt tell us here?
Okay, this receipt is going to tell us a number of things. First and foremost, it's going to tell us the new radon levels in the home. Okay, so our new radon levels in this home is at 1.4 picocuries per liter of air. I think we started out at a 4.2 picocuries, and so it's lowered it down to the safe levels. Okay. This machine also measures temperature, relative humidity, and barometric pressure. And so if this machine is moved at all, there's also a sensor inside that tells us if it's been moved, if it's been bumped. You can't really fool the machines, okay, because it's very sensitive when it reads the temperature, barometric pressure, humidity. If this was taken upstairs, for example, or set by a window, it's going to pick up all the variances there. So that's what we look for, so that we can establish the validity of the test and make sure that the machine wasn't tampered with during its operation.
And Andy, how accurate is this machine? Does it have to be calibrated, or is,
Yes, this machine would have to be calibrated annually. Okay, so we take it to get it calibrated, and they calibrate it for us. We then start another year of operation.
We can assure that we've done the job correctly.
That is
it's accurate.
correct. And each machine has its own certificate of calibration, so it's carried in the boxes that we put our machine in. So there's always a certificate with each machine that we use. And that way we know that we're using the proper machine that's been calibrated within the guidelines that it's supposed to be.
Okay, great. Thank you, Andy.
Okay.
So, in closing, we had the house inspected. The radon level came in at a high level. Tri-State mold and radon mediation came in, put the mediation system in for us. We've retested the home. It's now at a safe, acceptable limit. And just to review, Andy, the risks of radon are?
Yeah, well, the whole reason that we're even doing this is because radon is a Class A carcinogen. It's a cancer-causing agent. So long-term exposure to high levels of radon causes cancer. It is estimated by the US EPA that 21,000 deaths occur because of overexposure to high levels of radon. That's the second cause of lung cancer behind cigarette smoking. So getting a radon mitigation system installed in your home, if you have high levels, is a wise thing to do. And the only really way to know if you do have high levels of radon is to get a radon test. The radon gas is odorless and tasteless, and you can't sense that it's there. And so a very inexpensive test will let you know if you have high levels of radon in your home.
Okay.